right now.
What do I do with that?
You know, there's a lot of Swarthmorians that just never got too far from home. What can I say? I'm one of them. And then there's the rest of you that all moved up to Boston. But all you folks from out of town, I got to tell you, Thursday, the weather here was like 75 degrees, like zero humidity, little fluffy clouds in the sky. And then Friday, when you guys rolled into town, this crap rolled into town at the same time. And I know why. I know why. It's to make you think about those old days going down to the swim club and jumping in the pool and trying to look down Cindy's bathing suit and all that good stuff. And this is a sense of nostalgia. This is like nostalgia weather. This is real Philadelphia summer. So we're going to do an appropriate song for you right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. drops on her cheek that trickle from her eye. We were torn apart because her mom could not agree and call her apart our happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. So help me operator Paul, and this I cannot add. It's only that I miss her so, and all the fun we've had. Marie is only 6 years old. Information please. I'll help them put me through the Memphis, Tennessee. All right. Can you guys hear us okay out there? Whoa, what was that? No. Hey, just the word we don't want to hear. Okay, we turn it up. We're gonna have Scotty beam us up here.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna have the professor set the dial on the Wayback Machine to about 1961.
63.
63, 1963. Doo-dee-dee-doo, doo-dee-dee-doo. Okay, and Daryl's quitting, that's all right.
There, 61. I need a note for me.
What are you doing? I don't even know how to run this thing.
Tonight you're mine completely. You gave your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? Is this a lasting treasure? Or just a moment of pleasure? And I believe the magic of your smile. Will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight with words unspoken, they say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken when the night is the morning time? I'd like to know that your love is love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow?
Before we get on out of here, let me introduce our people again. On drums from Ridley Senior High School, Steve Iacono. I gotta give Steve a hand because the rest of us rehearsed 3 times. Steve hadn't rehearsed at all, so he did a darn good job. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Steve. On vocals from Newark, Delaware, and Shugarts Miller. From Belchertown, Massachusetts, Dr. Cindy Fox. From Newton, Massachusetts, Jill Spencer McNeil. On lead guitar He went to Springfield his senior year, but he's an honorary Swarthmore guy. My good friend Daryl Paxton. From Ports Unknown on bass, Dave Bennett.
And of course,
Larry Ferrari.
lead vocals, rhythm guitar, Mr. Alex McNeil, the one and only.
This one's for everybody, especially everybody from Swarthmore High School, but really for everybody who ever went to school. When some loud bragger tries to put me down and says his school is great, I tell him right away, now what's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? It's #1 in the state. So be true to school now, just like you would to your good old guy. Be true to your school now, let your colors fly. Be true to your school. I got a letterman sweater with a letter in front. I got a football and track. I'm proud to wear it now when I cruise around the other parts of the town. I got my decal in back. So be true to your school now, just like you would to your good old guy. Be true to your school now, let your colors fly. Be true to your school. Friday we'll be jacked up for the football game and we'll be ready to fight. We're gonna smash 'em now, my girl will be working on her pom-pom kit and she'll be ready tonight. So be true to your school now, just like you would to your girl, oh guys. Be true to your school now, let your colors fly. Be true to your school. Rah, 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 sis-boom-ba. 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 Thank you very much.
Good to see you all again. Thank you very much. And good night.
It's on.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have oh, never mind, it just blew it, Alex. I'd like to have a tremendous hand for the organizer of this 20th reunion, Alex McNeil.
Thank you.
And also to the committee which worked with him, Pauline Snyder. The incredible veteran. Unbelievable.
Pauline here? Pauline, where are you?
And yeah.
Where are you? Come on up. Come on up.
And also
All right, step right up here. Take a bow, Pauline. Here she is.
Dolly Rennie, Alex, and Roger and Minnie Ullman.
Okay, come on. We know you're here. Come on, Roger. Come on, Minnie. You're right there. Come on. Come on.
This is your committee.
Sunday, when you go to Weemy's house, you can really trash hers. I don't know whether all of you realize or not what Alex has done. And I'd like to ask all of you, when you move, tell him. You are hard to find. You probably are not aware, but in the major metropolitan libraries, they have a lot of useless information. Alex likes it. Alex read it all, including all the major metropolitan phone books. And since he and Jill sometimes don't get along, he tells me, on weekends what he would do when things were going well, he would go to the library. You know, we used to use that excuse. Well, Alex really does go to the library, and he would look up names out of the major metropolitan phone books. If someone said X moved to Chicago, he would open up the 5 or 6 phone books that covered the Chicago area and find 4 or 5 people whose names matched. And then he would make finding phone calls, trying to locate X. The list that will be mailed to you is in great demand, hopefully. It's a great work product of Alex. He spent a lot of boring hours in the library trying to find you. In the future, when you move, tell him. So next time, he doesn't have to spend the time in the library, and he might be able to reintroduce himself to his wife. Alex, thanks for the list.
Thank you. One more thing. Hold on a second, Roger. Hold on. I also want to invite you to give a big hand to Roger Ullman's yearbook picture, which I think is just a pit.
Okay. Well, Roger's partially right about that. Yeah, I did make a call to a Richard Cunliffe in Clearwater, Florida. Turned out the guy is 67 years old, so he couldn't make it. That was until Robin Castle found the real Richard Cunliffe. He's right over there, and I don't think that conforms to the dress code. We're going to send him over to Standards Corps a little bit later, but I also went to I did go to the Buenos Aires telephone directory. I found one, and there were 7 Carlos Sorias, our Argentine exchange student. I wrote all 7 of them. I figured, what the heck, I might be there. And 12 weeks later, we got a reply. Carlos was planning to come. He was in New York on Thursday, but unfortunately, there was labor problems with the airline that he works for, and he was summoned back to Buenos Aires on Thursday night. So he wants to give everybody a big hug. I'm not going to do it because I'm really sweaty. But consider yourselves hugged. And from Carlos, also got a call from Jay Seipler Thursday morning from Lake Tahoe. He's a professional tour guide. He sends everybody his best wishes. He said if he didn't lead this tour out on the West Coast, he wouldn't have been able to pay his rent. So he can't make it. Oh, Sam Hopper sent a mailogram to say hi to everybody. So, hi, everybody, from Sam. He's out in Manhattan Beach, California, I think. Before we get back to the taped music, we don't know any more live music because we did only seriously practice 3 times. It's hard when one person's in Delaware, 2 in Pennsylvania, 3 in Massachusetts. You know, you set up a conference call and you play over the phone. What can you do? A few people I'd like to acknowledge. A lot of work did go into this. I really don't deserve very much credit because the people down here are the ones who really did it. It's easy for me to sit back in Newton and say, will you do this? Will you take care of that? Call so-and-so, book this, book that. But the people who actually do it are the people who are down here. And once again, a big hand, I think, for Roger and Minnie, especially for their great party last night. Got things off to a fantastic start. For Pauline Snyder, who did a heck of a lot with accommodations and all kinds of details here. Sally Rennie, and let me thank in advance Weemy Tolan Kingham, because I'm sure her brunch tomorrow is going to be excellent. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I did make a few notes. Ann Travaskis on the name tags, they're excellent. So I knew who I was, but I don't know about you people. And make some crucial telephone calls. Gordon Crompton, Jennifer Bell, and Paul Schubert. Thank you for that. Daryl Paxson brought these speakers over here. They weigh about 200 pounds each, but they're real good speakers, and we appreciate having them. On the decorations this morning that turned this into the cornucopia of pleasure that it is right now. Roger Minnie, Pauline, Valerie Webster, June Hoke, Gordon Crompton, Linda Estabrook, and John Jackson. Thanks very much. Also like to thank Larry Luter for getting a fire truck up here and getting some of the hot air out of here. Larry Luter, thanks a lot. That's a good idea. And also a real nice thanks to the Swarthmore College staff. They've been very, very cooperative with us and have worked very, very harmoniously and carefully with us, and we really appreciate it. We were here, a lot of us were here 20 years ago for some Christmas proms, and it's great to be back again. And thanks a lot to all you people. Appreciate it. Okay, we do have a few awards to give out. I think that's kind of customary at reunions. We don't want to embarrass anybody by, having anything too personal. Oh, we do? Okay. The person who came the farthest, we got out our calipers and so on. I think we have a pretty good award. Dave, if you could do me a favor, could you get that? Okay. I think the person that came the farthest was a close call. It was going to be Carlos, but no cigar. And everybody here, I think, came from the United States. Nobody from Canada or any other foreign country. From Mission Viejo, California, I believe the award goes to Sandy Thompson. Is Sandy here? No. Yeah. Sandy, come on up here. We do have a prize for you.
It's the bill.
Something local you can take back with you. It's kind of weird. It was supposed to be a six-pack of Schmitz in cans. Somebody drank one. I think it was Steve Iacona. I figured, oh, beer here, I'll have one here. Anyway. Last year in the place, too. Taste of home for Sandy. Thanks a lot for coming. Appreciate it. A close runner-up. A very close runner-up. Is Lou Dudley still here? Came from Santa Barbara. Is Lou here? She left? Well, who came the next closest farthest? Gordon Crompton from San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Is Gordon here? Did Gordon leave? Yeah. Gordon blew up. Well, who's the next closest? It's me. Are you? Is Roger here? Roger, come on up. We got a prize for you then. From Oakland, California. Roger Darling. Right for you, another taste of home, an assortment of tasty cakes. Okay, now at the other end of the spectrum, there are quite a few people who did not have to travel far. There's quite a few of our classmates who still live right in this borough. We took out our calipers, and the person who came the least far, I believe, is Ann Whittier. Is Ann here? Come on up, we have something for you. We have a copy of the League of Women Voters Guide called Living in Swarthmore. I think you really enjoy that. Another prize, a Swarthmorean pen. And the June 6, 1986 issue of the Swarthmorean, Burning on Hold, Sewer Not. There you go. Good reading. Thanks a lot. Okay, what else we got here? I think we'll keep giving things out until the prizes evaporate. We had a little unofficial nominating committee for the man and the woman who have changed the most in 20 years, and also for the man and the woman who have changed the least. I'm not going to say who the judges are because I don't want them to be impaled after tonight, but most of them are upright people. For the man who has changed the most in the last 20 years, this was a consensus opinion. The winner is Jack Renshaw. Jack up there. Jack says he wants the tasty cakes, but he gets a high-lit LP, still sealed. Okay. And for the woman, or as we used to call them 20 years ago, girls, I believe. However, for the woman who has changed the most, coming from Stevensville, Michigan, Carol Plumer. Carol here? We've got a Rockorama LP with all kinds of good stuff on there, also still sealed, collector's item. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, now at the other end, the man and the woman, or boy and girl, I guess they haven't changed much, they're still boys and girls. Okay. The man or boy who has changed the least.
Wait a minute, excuse me, Alex. We have a last-minute offer of a $20 bribe to name Jim Kent, the man who has changed the least since high school. And I, for one, want to cash in, so he gets my vote.
But the judge's vote goes to Paul Gargiulo. Paul here? Well, we got something you're really going to like. It's a 1961 TV guide with Donna Reed on the cover. What a heartthrob. And for the woman or girl who has changed the lease, another close vote, but the nod goes to Wilda Fowler. Is Wilda here? We have for you a 1963 TV guide with everybody's heartthrob, Richard Chamberlain, Dr. Kildare.
Of course, you understand that the man and the woman who have changed the least, this is really an honorary award because you were perfect to begin with, right? Okay.
That's right. Now, let me see. What else we got? We're going to give a Best Dressed award, but I don't know if I see anybody who qualifies. Richard Cunliffe. Richard Cunliffe. All right. Best Dressed. Rich, come on up here. We got something for you. Yeah. This is a great album. The Best of Louie Louie. That's all that's on there. There's 10 versions of Louie Louie. Take my word for it, it's the best 10. There's been 300 versions, but Rhino Records picked the top 10, okay? What else we got? Okay. I think this might be Paul's car. Who brought that blue Buick with a license plate 650E out there? If you get out there tonight, before you go home and before Paul goes home, if you want to see a fine-looking automobile, what year is that, Paul? 40? There's a beautiful 1940 Buick out there, but since you already have a TV guide, you know, we don't want to play favorites. That deserves some special mention, though. That's a terrific looking car. And I also have it on good authority that it is someone's birthday today. Is Liz Waterman still here? Is today your birthday? Everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Liz. Happy birthday to you. And for you, we got a present for you. This is a pretty obscure record. It's by an English group called the Beatles. You may be familiar with it. That's about it for decent prizes. The only stuff left in that bag, the Borough Hall gave us 4 copies of the Borough Trash Collection map. If anybody would like them, you know, be happy to give them out. It's multicolored, it has all the streets on it. If you want to know whether you're Tuesday, Friday, or Wednesday, Saturday collection, you know, it's very, very interesting. Those are available at no charge. You know, but please see. And try to make a line. Maybe if you make a line over here, okay, and we'll keep that very orderly. I guess that's about it. Is George Ravello still here? George, we also have something for you. I don't know if it's ready yet, but we've got it. Your cap and your diploma. We got them. Paul, can you get that stuff? Come on up here, George. It's been a long wait. Okay, I guess that's about it. I'm going to try to hook that tape recorder back up. The last thing I want to say is this turnout is tremendous. This really is a great reunion. Part of it's due to the organization. I think the greater part of it is due to the class itself. It's the people we had in the class of '66, I think, are still really good people. It's good to have everybody back again. And what it is a tribute to friendship. And if you've made or rekindled some friendships here, we are going to send out an address list with everybody's addresses as current as we can make it on it. My suggestion is don't wait for us to organize it again in 1996. If you want to keep in touch with people, do it yourself. They're in the book. They're going to be on the list. And if you want to maintain your friendships, keep it up because it's an important thing to do. Thanks a lot. Also, the cake is ready. There's a beautiful SHS cake over there, and they're going to cut the cake now. And also, Also, let's have a very special thanks for the bartenders. Done a great job tonight. We appreciate it.